What's your take from the by-election that have occurred recently?
It is coming out that the Gen Zs are the ones that are going to influence the 2027 general elections. But surprising thing, the Gen Zs has not shown up.
Which signal does the united opposition have after losing the Mbere and Malava election?
The law clearly tells that after voting, you are supposed to stay around to guard the votes to oversee. If there are some fishy stuffs going around, you have to report to them.
Hello guys, it's another happy, beautiful day, and I go by the name Nicholas, and you?
I go by the name Felix, and today we are going to discuss about the by-elections that happened to, I think it was on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, we are going to discuss. Yeah, we are going to discuss about it. We see what was like what went on, what is the future of Kenya and the IEBC at large.
Now, Felix.
Yes.
I have some question here that I may ask you. Right?
Yeah. Let's go. Me, I'm ready. Let's dive in. I'll share my honest opinion, and I'll try not to be biased. I'll have to favor the both part, the government part and the opposition part. Let's go.
Now, the first question.
Yes.
What's your take from the by-election that have occurred recently?
First of all, I would like to take this chance to congratulate those who won the by-elections. That is the main ones, the Mbeere North, the Malava, and the one in Nyanza, the Kasipul by-elections. I want to take this chance to congratulate them for that win, though we have been having some one or two issues whereby the one who lost, they're having some complaints that one or two things they happened to them. Yeah, but the election was well, though the turnout was low in some of the parts, but the Malava constituency is the one that has recorded the highest turnout, voter turnout. And on the side of the Gen Zs, the recent analytics or the recent polling, it is coming out that the Gen Zs are the ones that are going to influence the 2027 general elections. But surprising thing, the Gen Zs has not shown up. So it's posing some worry to the opposition side since they are backing on them, because they kind of resonate well with the agenda. Yeah, that's my opinion and my take on the by-elections that have occurred recently.
Good explanation. Now, Felix.
Yes.
There is another question here that I may ask you.
Ask, go on.
Which signal does the united opposition have after losing the Mbere and Malava elections?
The signal that the opposition has gotten from losing these by-elections, I would like to be honest here. Though there was some intimidation, they were overpowered with the resources, the funding of the elections. But to the recent, the pollings that existed back then before the final one, after the elections, it was showing that the opposition was having a higher chance of winning, you see?
Yes.
Yeah, then it sends a very bad signal because people were having hope and a lot of expectations in them. But as fate has it, the broad-based government have the day. Yeah. But it clearly sends a very bad warning because the government has been attacking the opposition because they kind of not seem to have agenda. Their agenda is that they are just chanting one term. Of course, at times I think that's the thing that the government has been using it against, and I think is one of the things that contributed to their failure.
Or you have talked about the government attacking the opposition, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, those are the just news that are being online.
So another question here. What impact does the broad-based government have from the by-election of Mbere and the rest of the country where the election were going through?
As I was scrolling online,
yes,
there was a video that I came through, like there was some political analysts who are trying to analyze that politics, and they came up with the conclusion that the Malava and the Mbeere North are the ones that are going to determine where the current president will go for 2 term or 1 term, because as we all know that the mountain has gotten out of hand. It's in the hand of Gachagua, and the western part, due to the rising popularity of Governor George Natembeya,
Yes.
those that, like, it was kind of hard. It was it is litmus test, as they call it. It was a litmus test to test whether the ground is still with the government or with the united opposition. But by them winning these by-elections, it clearly sends a warning to them.
Yes.
It clearly sends a result that the ground is still with them. Though people have been having some complaints that there was harassment, whereby we had in Malava, we had the governor of Trans Nzoia being held to not go and oversee the elections, the killing of the watchman of the aspirant of Malava, DAP Kenya, the Seth Panyako. They, like, a lot of stuff, fishy stuff have been occurring, but I think it's a plus to the government, to the broad-based government.
But on my side, I don't know if the ground is still on the government or on the opposition, because I'm totally confused. But let me ask you another question.
Yes.
Do you think bribery and intimidation has influenced this election?
Yeah, bribery and intimidation of the opposition has really influenced this opposition and these by-elections, because the opinion polls were showing that Seth Panyako has a higher percentage of winning, whereby he was going with 70%. That's a landslide, you see. And in the Mbeere, those are the main ones. Mbeere, Newton Karish was leading, but to the surprise,
Yes.
they lost. So it's raising questions whereby the opposition has been accusing the government that the government is using public resources to finance small by-elections and using the police force and the government power to intimidate and take control of the by-elections. We see that the Cabinet Secretary of Interior came out boldly and said that when you finish voting, you get out of the polling stations. So that is against the constitution, whereby the law clearly tells that after voting, you are supposed to stay around to guard the votes, to oversee. If there are some fishy stuffs going around, you have to report to them. But surprisingly, the orders came from above that people are not supposed to be to stay there after voting. Then, on the other hand, I think it is in Mbeere, whereby one representative of the government was found having a reflector of a party, and that is against the law. So, and nothing has been taken against it. We have had Governor Natembeya going to Kabuchai to campaign for that aspirant there, and gunshots, and nothing has taken in place. I think intimidation and just government power has really influenced the politics, the elections that have occurred recently. Yeah, that's my take on that.
Even on TikTok, I've seen some videos on Instagram, TikTok, that the government in Mbeere North have used more than 500 million Kenyan shilling.
Yeah, on that, me to have heard, though I'm not sure, but government has really used a lot of funds to facilitate the by-elections.
Yes. So,
Yeah, that's my take on there.
So let me ask you the last question in this one. The last question.
Yes.
What lesson does the people learn from the current IEBC after running their
Elections.
first election?
The signal that the IEBC sent to the people is that, in the recent past,
Yes.
we were not having information that we have pre-marked ballot boxes. So that's the signal that they have sent. They have also confirmed to be biased, because in chapter 6 of the constitution, in relation with the IEBC and the voting process, if an aspirant has got an active case in court, is not allowed to be vying, and so many other things, and they have gone against it. They are running. Intimidation is going on there, bribery, violence, intimidation, and they have not taken any action against it. They were supposed to cancel or to stop the elections whenever they realize that some fishy stuff are happening, whereby we have cars being burnt down of the opposition people, like some other stuffs. We have the IBC literally confirmed to be biased because they are not being fair. Why is that the government side, they are not being mistreated, not being intimidated, but the opposition being intimidated? So it has sent a very bad picture of the integrity of 2027. Yeah, that's my take.
Even on my side, I can say that if it will be very good if the government will deal with the goons who have banned the opposition cars. That will bring a good picture from the opposition and the rest of the country.
From that side, from the thing that you are speaking, like, you know, taking a country down, it does not have to take a lot of things, like countries like Haiti, Somalia.
Sudan,
Many people think that are big things that brought those countries down. Some of the things that contributed to that, like you give power to the goons, gangs. Sometimes will come whereby it will be very impossible to control that those goons, and it will bring the country down, and it takes a lot of time to build up a country. Yeah.
That's a good explanation, bro. So let us end the conversation from there. We'll take from the other day.
Yeah, and if you have found the video very interactive, you could please go on and share, subscribe, comment, share your opinion to see what's your take, and it will be well. Thank you so much.